Hello guys, welcome back to STEM Trainers. Uh, Today we are going to do inequalities. So let's start. So question is, we will start with the question. Find the complete set of values of x for which the following inequalities are true. Okay. So first question is 3x minus 6 is greater than x minus 4. So what you have to do when you have linear inequalities? Linear means you have a line on the left side, you have a line on the right side. So whenever you have something like this, what you do is you take all the x values, that is unknown values on one side and known values to the other side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my x to the left side and I'm going to take the 6 to the right side. So when minus 6 will go to right side, it will become plus 6. So you will get 6 minus 4 and it will give me 2x greater than 2, which is x is greater than 1. So this will be my answer. Now, to represent the inequality answer, there are lot of ways. So this is one of the way. You can just say x is greater than 1. Now second way is, if you want to represent this solution on a graph, so what we do is we draw a line. You can draw a point that is 1. You don't have to write all the points 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 like this. You can just mark the important point, that is critical point, that is 1. And then now as you can see, x should be greater than 1. So what we do is you can represent the answer like this. Now why is this a circle, a small circle here? It means one value is not included. Now in case if one value is included, that is x is greater than equal to 1, then what we do is we just fill this circle like this and show it like this. But in this case we have is x greater than 1. So you can just show it like this. Okay, that's the second way to represent the answer. Now third way is, if you want to write the answer in set forms, then you can write it like this, 1 to infinity, because x is greater than 1 and 1 is not included. That's why we are having here open bracket. Open bracket or circular bracket. It means this value is not included. And infinity is anyways never included in sets. So infinity, x is greater than 1 means 1 to infinity, right? So we represent it like this. If 1 is included, then what we will do is we will use a square bracket like this. So this is also known as closed bracket. Closed bracket means this value is included. But anyways, in this question, it's open. So these are the three ways you can represent your answer. Okay, let's move forward now. Now this is an important question. Okay, question is 1 by x is less than 2. We have to find all values of x. Now, first thing that most of the students, I mean more than 99% of the students, what they do is when they first time see this inequality is, so this is actually a wrong method. This is not what you have to do. But let me just show you what most students do. So what they do is they cross multiply here. So it will be 1 less than 2x and it will be 1 by 2 less than x. So they will solve it like this. So I'm getting is x is greater than 1 by 2, which is completely wrong. So I want you to pause the video and just think for a minute, why is this wrong? And how can we improve this? Okay, so let's discuss. Now, first thing or first question is, why is this wrong? So the answer to that question is like this. Whenever you cross multiply, generally you do cross multiply when there is equality sign, equal to sign. Okay, but this is inequality. In inequality, what happens is, if the number is unknown, then you can't cross multiply because we don't know the sign of the unknown value, whether it is positive or negative. Yes, being a value that is cross multiplied being a positive or a negative makes a lot of difference. So let me give you an example how it makes the difference, and then you will understand why this will give you the wrong answer. Okay, so let's take very simple examples. Let's take this example. 1 by 2 is greater than 1 by 3. Yes, correct. It is greater. Now you cross multiply. So you will get 3 greater than 2, which is also correct. Perfect. No problem here. Now, let's take an example of a negative number. What happens when a number is negative? So, okay, let's take this example only. 1 by 2 is greater than 1 over minus 3. Obviously, right side is a negative number and left side is a positive number. So, obviously, positive number is greater than negative number. True. Now you cross multiply. So, when you cross multiply, you get minus 3 greater than 2. Now, see if this is wrong. Right? Obviously, minus 3 is not greater than 2. But somehow we are getting minus 3 greater than 2. So, what's the problem in this is it's a negative number. So, whenever you cross multiply a negative number, only one negative number, then what happens is you have to change the sign of inequality. You have to change sign of the inequality. If you are cross multiplying or dividing by a negative number. Okay. So for example, let me give you one more example. Let's say you have 3 greater than minus 2. Obviously, it's true. Now you multiply this whole inequality by, let's say, minus 1. Simple. So now you are multiplying this whole inequality by negative 1. So what will happen is, so 3 will become minus 3 and this 2 will become, minus 2 will become 2. And now because you are multiplying with a negative number, you have to change this sign. So instead of greater than, it will become less than. Now you can see it's true. So it's perfectly fine. So remember this. So that's why what happens is when you have x, you don't know whether x is positive or negative. So you don't know whether you can change the sign or not. So that's the problem here. Okay. So now I think you understand what's wrong here and why it is wrong and how we can deal with negative numbers in inequality. Now, the question comes, how do we solve this? So there are a couple of methods here. So I will discuss the easiest one, or maybe the one that is there in your textbooks, E-level textbooks. Okay, but there are other simple methods also. Okay, so let's discuss that. So now you have to solve this. So one thing is clear. When you multiply by a positive number, the sign of inequality does not change. So what we will do is, we will multiply this whole equation. Inequation. We will multiply this whole inequation by x square. Because I know x square can never be negative. Okay, got it? So now we will multiply everything by x square. So 1 by x times x square. Okay, let me write. And 2 times x square. So we will multiply both sides by x square. And we don't have to change the sign. So now what I am getting is 1 is less than, not 1, this is x. Okay, x is less than 2x square. Or I can say what I'm getting is, if you take this x to right side, so you will get 2x square minus x is greater than 0. So this is what we are getting now. So let's make factors. So x into 2x minus 1 is greater than 0. Now on left side we have a quadratic. So we can easily draw this, right? We have done quadratics and we have done also how to draw the graphs. So this is 0, this is half, And because coefficient of x square is 2, that is positive, so it's opening upwards. So the graph is something like this. So when you have this graph, in this graph you can see for which values of x it is positive. So means positive means this is x-axis, graph is above the x-axis. So this portion. So my answer is x can be less than 0 or x is greater than half. This is my answer. I hope you understand this. So this question looks easy when you see it for the first time, but you have to think little bit. Okay, so never cross multiply unknown value. That's first thing. Second thing, whenever you are cross multiplying with a positive number, you can keep the inequality sign same. Whenever you are multiplying by a negative number, as we have seen in this example, so change the sign. So remember these three things: positive number, negative number, and unknown number. Okay, that's it for this. Let's try the third question. Third question is, we have a quadratic x square minus 7x plus 12 is greater than equal to 0. So what you will do is, you will make factors first. So 4 and 3 greater than equal to 0. Then this is a quadratic, so you can easily draw a quadratic. So let's draw this. This is 3, this is 4, coefficient of x square is positive, so this is opening upwards. This is very important. Huh? If coefficient of x square is negative, then what I will do is I will draw a parabola opening downwards. Then all the signs will change. So just remember this. So in this case, it will be something like this. So this is my parabola graph. So I need greater than equal to 0. That is positive or 0. So as you can see, where it is positive and 0. So I will say in this region, and remember, in this case, we have equal to also. So it means this 4 and this 3, we have to include. Okay, students generally forget this. So don't forget this. So what is my answer now? So I can say either my x is less than equal to 3 or it is greater than equal to 4. So this is my answer. Now one more thing. For some students, if you are interested in writing this in set format, so how you can write is, my x is less than equal to 3. So minus infinity, right? This is minus infinity, this is plus infinity. So minus infinity to 3, and in 3 we have a square bracket, minus infinity we have a circular bracket. Union means or it is greater than equal to 4. So 4 to infinity open bracket and 4 close bracket. So you can write in this format also. Same thing. I think students are more comfortable in first one because they use the first one more. But I think first and second both are same. I mean, no difference. Okay. Let's try another question. X square minus x minus 6 is greater than 0 and, okay, so now we have two inequalities and we have and means you have to find values of x so that both of the inequalities are true. So whatever x values you will say as an answer, that values must satisfy first inequality also and second also. Okay, let's see how to do this. So first inequality is a quadratic, so I can make factors. This is 6. So 3 and 2, it's greater than 0. So again, we'll draw quickly a simple graph. 2, this is 3. Okay, so opening upwards, so it will be something like this. And I need greater than. So again, the same thing we are getting here. So it should be less than 2 or it should be greater than 3. Because between 2 and 3, it is negative. The quadratic is negative. Okay. So my answer is x is less than 2 or my x is greater than 3. Now let's try the second one. Now this is linear inequality 10, 5. So what we do is we take x values on one side and the constants or the known values on the other side. So this will be 10 minus 5 and let's take 2x to right side. So it will be 2x. Okay. So this is 5 is less than 2x. So I'm getting 5 by 2 less than x means x is greater than 5 by 2. Okay, so that's it. So now we have both the answers for both inequalities. Now we need an answer which is common in both the solutions. And means intersection. Just remember this, huh? You might have studied this in sets. And means intersection. So we have to take intersection of these two answers. So there are two ways. One way is you just think it in your mind. I mean, x is greater than 2.5 and x is greater than 3. So what should be common here? X is greater than 3. That should be the common answer here in both of these inequalities. But there are some students or sometimes these values are very, it's little difficult to think orally. So what you do is, in that cases, you draw a number line like this. So in this case, we have only two answers. Even if there are four answers or three answers, then it might be little difficult for you to think. Okay, so what we do in that case is, we will draw a line, mark all the answers. So first answer is, this is 2, this is let's say 3. So my first answer is less than 2. Remember how we represent less than, like this. So this is less than 2 and greater than 3. So this is my first answer. Now in the same graph, you represent the second answer also. What's my second answer is x is greater than 5 by 2. So 5 by 2 is somewhere in between. Here it is 5 by 2. So this is my 5 by 2 and x is greater than this. So once you have represented these answers on a single graph, now you can see what's common here. As you can see, this part, or rather this part, is common. There is no other common part. So my answer is x should be greater than 3. That is my answer, because that is common in both the parts. Or if you want to write in set format, you can write like this: 3 to infinity. But students are, I have seen, in my experience, students are more comfortable in the first one. Okay. So let's try one last question. Now we have two inequalities and both are quadratic. So let's quickly solve them first. So let's solve the first inequality. The roots will be, or factors are, x minus 3 and x plus 1, because we need minus 2. Okay. So let's quickly draw a small graph. This is minus 1, this is 3, and it is less than. Okay. So this is my graph because my coefficient of x square is 1. So opening upwards. So in this case, I need less than. Less than means this part I need, because quadratic is below the x-axis. Below x-axis means y is negative. Y negative means quadratic is negative. So my answer for this part is x is between minus 1 and 3. Let's try the second quadratic. So this is 2 and 1, which is greater than 0. So 1 and 2. So 1, 2, and quadratic is like this. and it says greater than. So greater than means this part. I'm interested in this, which is x is less than 1 or x is greater than 2. So now, as you can see in this case, it might be a little difficult for some students to think orally the answer. So that's why what we will do is we will make a number line, or you can say the x-axis, and represent both the answers. Okay, so what are the points that I have? Is -1, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so -1, then I have 1, then I have 2, and then I have 3. So these are the 4 points that I need. So first answer is -1 to 3. Okay, so -1 to 3 will be like this. -1 to 3. This is my first answer. What's my second answer? Less than 1. So this is 1. Less than 1 means something like this. Less than 1. Second is greater than 2. Okay, greater than 2, like this. So now you can see which part is common for both the answers. As I can see, this part is common and this part is common. This is there in both the answers. So what is my answer? My answer is this is -1 to 1. So x is -1 to 1, or x can be from 2 to 3. So this is my answer. If you want to write in set format, let's quickly write this. X belongs to -1 to 1 union 2 to 3. So this is my answer. So this is how you can solve these inequality questions. Okay, that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching.